Your 9 to 5 isn't just your only income stream if you know how to use real estate investing the right way. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to turn your rental property into a profitable side hustle, one that pays you every single month without taking over your life or without you losing your soul on any single property. You will learn exactly how to structure your rental property like a business, what tools and systems to use to make it hands off, and the biggest mindset shifts you need to have to turn your average landlord into a side income machine. So whether you've already got a lot of rental property or you're about to buy your first rental property, this video will help you turn it into a predictable, consistent income stream without quitting your job or stressing 24/7. As a top producing real estate broker in Houston, one of my clients actually bought a duplex and thought they just figured everything out. 6 months in, they were exhausted, chasing tenants, fixing toilets, and barely breaking even. Plus, they got a lot of issue from their job because they were stressing over the property. So they got hold of me. We had to help them restructure everything. We put automation in place, screen tenants, and 30 days later, both units were actually occupied. We were able to do this because we were able to put system in place and actually recommend they use Hemlin. Now, this is the easiest income stream for them. That is the power of real estate investing. When you leverage system and automation, it becomes a side hustle and it feels like nothing because their system in place that are taking care of the day-to-day running of the business. So without further ado, let's get to the step one. You want to think like a business, not a hobby. Real estate investing, it's a business and you need to treat it like a business. You want to make sure that you do not just grab anybody into your property. You want to make sure that you screen them, you put measure in place. I also even recommend have your rules and regulations that guide on what you do and what you don't do. So you want to set it up right the first one. You want to make sure you separate your income, your personal income from your rental property, and you can do this by opening a separate business checking account. You can use a tool like Stessa to track your income and expenses and your profit. You want to know your number, your cash flow, your return on investment, and your maintenance expenses. The mindset shift you should have is that a landlord is running a small business, not a hobby. And that takes me to the step number 2, which is you want to automate everything you can automate. You want to also delegate as much as you can. So the less you touch or even visit your property, the more it feels like a side hustle and not a job. If you had to be going to that property every week or every other week, I can tell you have a second job. So you want to use tools like your turbo tenants, your Avail, your rental meter, even your Hemlin. I use Hemlin all day long, or hire a local property manager if you want to, you have some money to spare. But as a new beginner, I do recommend you self-manage your property yourself because you will learn a lot about real estate investing, rental property management, how to talk to tenants, how to even screen them. And eventually when you hire a property manager, you will be asking those property manager the right question because you've actually done it by yourself. So there's really nothing new for you to discover. But if you want to figure it out, I do recommend use Hemlin. I've been using it for the last 4 years now. It even auto reminds you of rent due date, rent new, the renewal date. It charges them the late fees automatically. It reminds you about inspection, among other ways that landlord like me and tenants love using Hemlin. I do not have any affiliation with them. It's just the tools I've used for the last 4 years and I'm loving it. Now, this is the best practice when it comes to rental property management. You want to set it up one time and let the system do its magic for you every single month. So it becomes a true business and not another job for you to be worried about every single day. So if you are finding value in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell so I can let you know the next time I have a new video, because I don't want you to miss my subsequent video coming up that will help you, educate you about real estate investing and set you up on the right track to financial freedom through rental property. And that takes me to step number 3, which is you want to focus on a rent-ready property. Don't buy fixer-upper on your first one. I've seen it all the time. New investors are chasing every strategy, every kind of investment out there, and it is a recipe for disaster. It is a recipe for losing money. You want to buy a clean, livable property, preferably a new construction or relatively new. If you can buy a duplex, triplex, fourplexes with zero rehab, that will even be your best option. You want to buy in a zip code with a high rent demand, low vacancy, and low crime rates. And these are Houston hotspots. If you want to take my recommendation, I will recommend you look into A-Leaf if you're looking to get consistent rent and low turnover. I will look into South Park if you're looking for a starter friendly home that will not give you any issues. Sunnyside if you're looking for affordable entry and rising demand with a lot of appreciation, especially the duplexes. Now you want to avoid a full guts rehab unless you have a construction experience or you have a construction person behind your back. You want to avoid the high HOA neighborhood because this will involve you spending a lot of money on HOA every month, which will reduce your cash flow at the end of the day. You want to avoid area with high HOA fee with some rental restriction. You also want to avoid the high maintenance luxury unit because they are luxury. They will have a lot of maintenance and that will mean a lot of money out of your pocket, except you're doing Airbnb and you're collecting a lot of money for your nightly rates. And that takes me to the step number 4, which is you want to increase profit without increasing your rent. You don't always need to raise rent to make more money because sometimes when you raise your rent too often, the tenant will be upset, they will leave. The smart way is to boost profit by adding amenities like your laundry if you can, charge some late fee, charge your pet fee, charge storage, and offer furnished if you can do that. But more importantly, you want to buy in a great location that the rent itself already make you profitable from day one. You also want to cut any recurring costs like your insurance costs. You can find a way to reduce it. Maybe you shop for low insurance, you want to switch loan service to maybe a cheaper one, or instead of you doing loan service every 2 weeks, you can actually move it to once in a month. And overall, you want to reduce the maintenance that the tenants are requesting for. That's why you have to have your rules in place and make sure you push some of the maintenance to the tenant if it's their fault, like them clogging the toilet, putting a lot of tissue paper in the toilet. You can tell them that, hey, that's your fault, you have to go fix it yourself. You want to make sure you track your profit using Stessa, QuickBooks, or any other online software that you can lay your hands on, or you can simply create your own Excel spreadsheet and track it through there. And this took me to my number 5, which is you want to build for scale. Your side hustle should set you up for something bigger, not just you moving in a circle. Before you buy your first property, make sure you have a plan in place to buy your number 2, number 3. A simple growth strategy you can simply duplicate is to reinvest the cash flow, and after 12 months you can also consider a cash out refinance. You can use home equity line of credit to buy more properties. Also, from 1 rental to 5 isn't just about working harder, it's about structuring your portfolio smart way from day one. Here is the bonus tips for you to position yourself as a professional, not just a rookie. Real estate investing can be a profitable side hustle that can actually eventually replace your 9 to 5 if you do it the smart way. So your side hustle can actually become a freedom plan where you stop thinking 1 unit and start thinking cash flow per month. So the mindset shift again for you to think about buying a solid property one at a time, not just a volume. A lot of people think you need to have 40-50 units before you can be financially free through real estate. That is a complete nonsense. You can be financially free on 3 to 5 properties. Of course, if you run your number very well, for example, if you're making $500 per month on a 4 unit, that would be $2,000 per month. That's grocery bills and buffer without clocking in at all. Of course, this might take you 2 to 3 years to do that. You want to be buying 1 rental property at a time. Simply put, a simple system. So if you're ready to stop guessing and get ready to take action, comment the word community in the comment section below and I will send you an invitation for you to join my free online community where I pull the curtain and show you how to build a profitable rental property step by step. This is a community of like-minded people just like you. They are on the same path to financial freedom to rental property, just the same way you're trying to do the same. So make sure you drop the word community and I will send you a free invite. You don't need a $20, you don't need $50 to be financially free through real estate. With a solid 3 to 5 rental property, you can be financially free through rental property. And thank you so much again for being here. But before you go, watch this next video where I break down how to buy your first or your next rental property for you step by step. I went in very deep and I give you a lot of tips and tricks that will save you thousands of dollars. Thank you so much once again, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.